Hello all, in today's session we'll discuss about the guide wavelength, group and the phase velocity. ठीक है, so first we'll discuss what is a guide wavelength and then we'll discuss about the group and the phase velocity. So today's session will be dedicated for guide wavelength, group and phase velocities. So I'll discuss first about the guide wavelength. So what do you mean by guide wavelength? So whenever I'm talking about the guide wavelength, we need to understand whenever now suppose this is the rectangular waveguide. So this is the rectangular waveguide and through which our wave passes. So the guide wavelength is nothing but the, here suppose this is something which we are using and this is nothing but the wave passing through the rectangular waveguide. So this particular distance will be called as the guide wavelength. Now how you are going to define the guide wavelength? So it is defined as the distance. So this lambda g is nothing but the distance traveled by wave in order to undergo a phase shift of 2 pi radians. So whenever your wave undergoes the phase shift of 2 pi radians, the distance will be called as the guide wavelength. So lambda g is nothing but the आपके distance को क्या कितना cover करना है, lambda g is equal to 2 pi radians. So this will be 2 pi by beta. So how you are going to define your lambda g? Lambda g is nothing but the 2 pi by beta. So here whenever I'm talking about the lambda g, it is related to the phase constant, whereas this beta is nothing but the phase constant. So here I am assuming that beta, actually the beta is nothing but the constant and this constant is nothing but the phase constant. ठीक है, and this distance will be called as the guide wavelength. So whenever we are discussing about the guide wavelength is nothing but the 2 pi by beta, whereas beta is the phase constant. Now hereafter whenever we will talk about the group velocities and the phase velocity, we will discuss or will derive the derivation for the lambda g. So right now you understand that your lambda g is nothing but the distance traveled by the wave in order to undergo a phase shift of 2 pi radian. Now let us talk about the second parameter which we are discussing today, that is nothing but the phase velocity. Now what do you mean by phase velocity? So here when we are talking about the phase velocity, we need to understand what actually phase velocity means. So here we will define the phase velocity. It is defined as the rate. This is nothing but the rate at which the wave changes its phase. So this is nothing but the rate at which wave changes its phase in terms of the guide wavelength. So it will be in term of the guide wavelength. So if I am going to define phase velocity, this is the rate of change. This is nothing but the rate of change in terms of the guide wavelength. So if I am going to put the derivation for this one, so my Vp is equal to lambda g divided by unit time. So if Vp is lambda g by unit time, then I can write this particular lambda g. Now 1 upon t, we know that 1 upon t is nothing but the f. So here I'll put all that things over there. Okay? So Vp is equal to lambda g into 1 by t is equal to lambda g into f. Okay? Now if further I elaborate, if I multiply both these sides with the 2 pi f, so this 2 otherwise you can say multiplying both these sides with the 2 pi, it will become 2 pi f lambda g divided by 2 pi. Okay, so whenever I say this 2 pi f is nothing but the omega, okay, so I'll separate out 2 pi f divided by, you can say 2 pi by lambda g. Okay, so this equation will become right now omega by beta. So where you can say that whenever we are talking about this one, your omega is nothing but the 2 pi f, and beta is nothing but the 2 pi by lambda g, as we have already seen here that our lambda g is nothing but the 2 pi by beta. So these are nothing but the derivation, or this is nothing but the derivation for your phase velocity. So if you are going to draw the phase velocity, if you want to calculate the phase velocity, you must know omega, you must know beta. So this is the definition of the phase velocity. Now let us discuss about our next term, that is nothing but the group velocity. So whenever we are talking about the group velocity, first we will define what do you mean by the group velocity. So when I am talking about the group velocity which is denoted by Vg, and it is nothing but I can say the group velocity will be defined by, this is the rate at which wave propagates through the waveguide. So the definition, rate at which the wave propagates through waveguide. So propagates through waveguide. So how we are going to define this one? Rate at which wave propagates through the waveguide. So if I want to write down, so Vg is nothing but the rate at which my wave propagates through the waveguide is nothing but the d omega by d beta. So this will be my group velocity. So group velocity, rate of change of, I can say, your group phase velocity. So this will be Vg is equal to d omega by dv. Now we'll see the expression for this. Now we have defined some of the basic terms over here, that what is mean by phase velocity, what do you mean by the group velocity. Now let us see how you are going to find out the expression for Vp. So first we'll discuss about the expression for Vp, that is for phase velocity. So let us see the expression for Vp. Now we know that Vp is nothing but the omega by beta. We have recently derived one derivation, that phase velocity is omega by beta. So if it is omega by beta, and also we know that in the previous expressions we have seen h square is equal to gamma square plus omega square mu epsilon. So h square is equal to gamma square plus mu epsilon, and it is equal to a square plus b square, whereas a is nothing but the m pi by a and b is nothing but the n pi by b. Okay, so this equation we have used, and we know that your gamma is propagation constant, alpha is attenuation constant, and beta is the phase constant. Now what we need for the wave propagation? For the wave propagation you need this particular attenuation constant 0, and you need the phase constant. So for wave propagation, so we'll discuss this one. For wave propagation, I can say gamma must be equal to j beta. Okay, so we have discussed Vp is nothing but the omega by beta. We have put the condition for the wave propagation, that is gamma is equal to j beta. Now I'll discuss that my wave is propagating. So if my wave is propagating, means my gamma is equal to j beta. So gamma square means j beta square, which is nothing but the a square plus b square, which means m pi by a square plus n pi by b square, okay, minus omega square mu epsilon. Okay, which we already know, that is your h square is equal to gamma square, as we have already seen, h square is equal to gamma square plus omega square mu epsilon. Okay, so if you know all these things, you can say that your gamma square must be equal to h square minus omega square mu epsilon. Okay, whereas your h square is nothing but the, you can say, this a square plus b square minus omega, gamma square is nothing but the, this one, a square b square minus omega square, because we are interested in the gamma square. So h square minus omega square mu epsilon, this is the thing which we have put it over here. Okay, so at f is equal to epsilon, I'll put that whatever transmission or whatever frequency is there, that is nothing but the cutoff frequency. So at f is equal to fc, omega is equal to omega c, and your gamma becomes 0, where your propagation just starts. So if I put gamma is equal to 0, omega is equal to omega c in this equation, my equation right now will become, I'll put this particular conditions over there. So here we can say that gamma is 0, m pi by a square plus n pi by b स्क्वायर माइनस ओमेगा स्क्वायर म्यू एप्सिलॉन. ठीक है. सो अगर आप यहाँ पे डाल रहे हो ये वैल्यू, तो आपका ये हो जाएगा ओमेगा स्क्वायर, वी आर पुटिंग ओमेगा स्क्वायर, तो ओमेगा सी स्क्वायर. ठीक है. कट ऑफ एंगुलर वेलोसिटी इज इक्वल टू एम पाई बाय ए स्क्वायर प्लस एन पाई बाय बी स्क्वायर. ठीक है. सो योर इक्वेशन now will become, now by further solving this equation we can say that see omega square mu epsilon is equal to m pi by a square plus n pi by b square. Now you can say that we have already derived something previously, जो हम लोगों ने पहले देखा है कि gamma square is j beta square. So I'll put this particular, so gamma square is j beta square. This means that omega c square mu epsilon minus omega square mu epsilon, because I am putting here that the original equation, if you see in this condition, this particular condition is nothing but the omega c mu epsilon condition. ठीक है. इसका अगर this condition is this condition, because in this condition you are considering that this particular condition आप यहाँ पे वो डाल रहे, क्योंकि ये condition आपका at the cutoff frequency. So here I have put this value over and we use the equation number 1. ठीक है. So whenever you are using the equation number 1 over here, you are putting the conditions. So you can say that your gamma square is equal to, say, beta square is equal to omega square mu epsilon. I have changed, like the j square means minus beta, so I have minus minus becomes plus. I have changed the order, the omega c square mu epsilon. ठीक है. So this is nothing but the what we got after solving previous equation. So whenever we have solved, we'll further solve this equation. So when you further solve the equation, you can get over here, say, further solving this equation, I'll get gamma square is equal to beta square is equal to omega square mu epsilon minus omega c square mu epsilon. So beta is nothing but the square root of omega square mu epsilon minus omega c square mu epsilon. So if I calculate it, or if I solve it further, I can say that in the square root mu epsilon will be common, omega square minus omega c square will be there. ठीक है. So I'm just separating out the two terms, mu epsilon omega square minus omega c square. Now further solving, I can say that Vp is nothing but the omega by beta. So if I'm interested in this one, I have got the beta over here, I'll say omega divided by mu epsilon in the square root, mu epsilon in the square root omega square omega c square. ठीक है. So further solving this equation, I can calculate the phase velocity like this. So dividing both sides here, to denominator and numerator, to the both sides by omega, you can say Vp is equal to omega by omega, you can say the mu epsilon, sorry, this is mu and this is epsilon, omega square by omega square. When it goes inside, it will be omega c square by omega c square, because square root के अंदर जब जाएगा, it will become a square. So this will become 1 divided by mu epsilon 1 minus omega c by omega square. ठीक है. I have just divided both the sides with the omega, upper and lower side. So my further equation will become now, so after solving this further equation, I can write my Vp is equal to 1 by mu epsilon 1 divided by 1 minus omega c by omega, whereas I can put omega c is equal to 2 pi fc I can put this particular value and I can use omega is equal to 2 pi f. 2 pi will get cancelled, it will become fc by f's. And we know that as we know that 1 by mu epsilon is nothing but the c. So further putting all these things, I can write Vp is equal to c 1 minus fc by f square. ठीक है. Now we know that fc is nothing but the c by lambda c, and we know that f is nothing but the c by lambda 0. So if we further put that values over there, so Vp is equal to c 1 minus fc is nothing but the c by lambda c ka square, and you can say this is c by lambda 0 square. Then my complete term will become c divided by 1 minus lambda 0 by lambda c square. So here we have find out how we can calculate the Vp. If you know the cutoff wavelength and if you know the, you can say the free space wavelength, you can calculate the phase velocity. So your phase velocity is c divided by square root of 1 minus lambda 0 by lambda c square. Now let us see the expression for Vg. So when we are talking about the expression of the Vg, we know that your Vg is nothing but the Vg is nothing but the d omega. Vg is equal to d omega by d beta. ठीक है. Now the previous equation we know that beta is nothing but the mu epsilon omega square minus omega c square. ठीक है. Now whenever I'm writing d beta by d omega, as I know this value, I'll calculate this one and I'll invert this one. d beta by d omega को अगर आप d omega by d beta करेंगे तो you'll get the group velocity. So d beta by d omega is nothing but the 1 divided by, से इसका स्क्वायर रूट है तो आप इसको से 1/2 हो जाएगा. सो इट विल बी लाइक दिस. सो डेरिवेशन इज लाइक दिस, म्यू इप्सिलॉन विथ रिस्पेक्ट टू डी ओमेगा है तो आपका जो डेरिवेशन है द वैल्यू विल बी 2 omega mu epsilon. So you can say differentiating with respect to omega. So differentiating with respect to omega, you will get this term. ठीक है, as it is with respect to omega. So mu epsilon omega square 2 omega mu epsilon will be there. So d beta by d omega. Further solving the equation d beta by d omega mu epsilon, ये म्यू एप्सिलॉन स्क्वायर रूट के बाहर स्क्वायर हो जाएगा तो ये स्क्वायर रूट हो जाएगा. ठीक है. फर्दर सॉल्विंग, सो 1 माइनस ओमेगा सी बाय ओमेगा स्क्वायर. ठीक है. सो यू हैव सॉल्व द ओमेगा इज़ नथिंग बट आपने उसको यू हैव कैंसल्ड टू गेट कैंसल्ड ओमेगा अबाउ. सो डिवाइडिंग ओमेगा स्क्वायर, यहाँ पे ओमेगा स्क्वायर. सो final solution will be this one. ठीक है. further again solving this one, omega is nothing but the, we know 2 pi fc and this will be the 2 pi f. Again omega c by omega, like previous one we can put here lambda 0 by lambda c. So 1 minus, you can say lambda 0 by lambda c ka square. Now as we know that 1 upon mu epsilon is nothing but the c. ठीक है. we can put over here. Now this we can write that Bg is equal to, ठीक है, mu epsilon. So this you can write d beta. Now what we will do, we'll write d omega by d beta because we are interested in the Vg and Vg is nothing but the d omega by d beta. तो उसको उल्टा कर देंगे. ठीक है. So this will be 1 minus lambda 0 by lambda c का square divided by mu epsilon. So further solving will get c into 1 minus lambda 0 by lambda c square. So this is nothing but the, you can say the expression for the group velocity. So the group velocity Vg is equal to If I write this further, so Vg is nothing but the c into square root of 1 minus lambda 0 by lambda c square. So final expression for Vg is this one. Okay. Now the next one is nothing but we'll talk about the Vp and Vg product. So consider the product of Vp and Vg. So if I talk about the product of Vp and Vg, I'll get the product like this. So product of Vp and Vg. So Vp is nothing but we know that I will write the equations once again. So Vp is nothing but the c by 1 minus lambda 0 by lambda c ka square, and Vg is nothing but the c into 1 minus lambda 0 by lambda c square. So if you multiply these two things, so Vp into Vg, c 1 minus lambda 0 lambda c square into c 1 minus lambda 0 lambda c square. This both will get cancelled, and the product of this Vp and Vg is nothing but the c square. So Vp Vg is equal to c square, and this is nothing but the product of phase velocity plus group velocity. So we have seen the relationship of Vp and Vg. Now let us talk about the relation between lambda 0 and a lambda c. So I'll probably in 5 minutes talk about the lambda g, lambda 0 and a lambda c. So we'll see relation between lambda g, lambda 0 and a lambda c. But before talking about the relationship of this particular three wavelengths, we'll see what do you mean by lambda g. Lambda g is nothing but the guide wavelength, that is the length which required to undergo 2 pi radians while traveling through the waveguide. Lambda 0 is the free space wavelength, and lambda c is nothing but the cut off wavelength. Okay. I will see the relationship of these three. Now as we have already dealt with the Vg and we know Vj and Vp. Vp is nothing but we have seen lambda g by unit time, which is lambda g into f. So I can write this lambda g. Now I'll write the f is nothing but the c by lambda 0. So lambda g into c by lambda 0. Further I can write lambda g by lambda 0 into c. Now also Vp, as we have already dealt with the relationship of the Vc is equal to c 1 minus lambda 0 by lambda c ka square. Now equating these two equations, I'll write, as I have given one equation over there, I'll write this equation as equation number 2 and this equation as equation number 3. Now comparing these two equations, I'll compare both the equations over there. So I can write c divided by 1 minus lambda 0 by lambda c square is equal to lambda g by lambda 0 into c. Now here c both will get cancelled, and further writing the same equation, I'll cancel out the same term. So I can write here again, I need to write the same thing over here. तो c जो हमने पहले लिखा हुआ है c 1 minus lambda 0 by lambda c square plus lambda g by lambda 0 into c. Now this c will get cancelled. So I can write lambda g is equal to lambda 0 1 minus lambda 0 by lambda c square. ठीक है, तो we have got the guide wavelength. This is the guide wavelength. So lambda g is equal to lambda 0 divided by 1 minus lambda 0 by lambda c square. Now further again solving this particular equation, you can write down, अगर आप ये दोनों का square करेंगे, you will get further relationship like this. So when I am talking about this one, lambda g square is equal to lambda 0 square 1 minus lambda 0 by lambda c square. So further solving this equation, I'll get a very interesting relationship with lambda 0, lambda c and a lambda g. So that relation is nothing but the 1 upon lambda g square is equal to 1 upon lambda 0 square minus 1 upon lambda c square. So this is all about the group velocity, phase velocity and the guide wavelength. So once you understand group and phase velocity, you can understand the guide wavelength and you can solve the problems based on this. So we'll stop our session here. Thank you.